Do you find that people come to your streams but not everyone talks? Let's have a chat. What's going on, guys? My name is Kyle and welcome back to the game department. Today we're going to talk about viewer engagement. Now, if you're just starting out streaming or you've been doing this for a while, we've all been in this position at least once. You're doing your thing in the stream, you can see people are watching, you can see there's viewers in the chat, but nobody's talking. So why is that? But before we get too harsh on those people and go, why aren't you talking? What am I doing wrong? Why don't you like me? You have to understand that some people want to come to the stream just to watch. Some people don't want to talk. It's not their fault. It's not your fault. They just don't want to talk. They just want to sit back, enjoy the stream, relax, and be a fly on the wall, which is fine. People are allowed to do that. It's okay. But for those people that don't want to talk in the chat, you need to do your best to keep them involved without calling them out for not wanting to talk. If somebody's comfortable just hanging out, watching the stream, not really saying too much, but still being there, the worst thing you can do is call them out for not talking and make them feel uncomfortable. So moving on from the people that don't want to talk, are the people that do want to talk. Sometimes too much. If you have people talking in chat, there are either going to be one of two kinds of people. Somebody that will say something every now and then, and somebody that will tell you about their second cousin twice removed story from 5 years ago. So the storyteller group, we'll put them on one side for now, and we'll just talk about the guys that will only talk every now and then. So with the guys that talk every now and then, we're also going to put them in the same group as people who are just coming to the stream for the very first time. It's their first exposure to the stream, they've just said hello for the very first time. I'm going to put them in the same group as the ones that will only talk every now and then. Your main focus as the streamer is to make sure this group of people feel comfortable enough to continue talking. And how do you do that? You ask them questions. You want to ask them open-ended questions. You want to ask them things that provoke an answer. We do this all the time in our stream. If you haven't checked out our stream, it's down below, twitch.tv/thegamedepartment. Check it out. But in our stream, if somebody comes in for the first time, the first thing that we will ask them is, how did you find the stream and what part of the world are you from? 2 questions, very simple. Some people don't want to answer that. It's totally fine. But asking those 2 questions immediately gives them a chance to respond to both. You find out where they're from and you find out how they found you. So if they don't want to tell you what part of the world they're from, they'll tell you how they found you. And if they don't tell you that, then they'll tell you that they're from this such and such country. Is the best. But by asking these 2 questions immediately, it starts a conversation. Straight away. There's no hesitations, there's no, I don't know this person well enough to start asking them questions. It's very to the point, they're very non-invasive questions, and they're so easy to just start a conversation with somebody. If you can get somebody to answer both of these questions, 9 times out of 10, you'll be able to continue a conversation. Now, I'm not saying it needs to be the same questions that I use, it can be anything. So let's say you're streaming a game. Instead of asking them how they found the stream, you ask them if they like the game that you're playing, if they like to play the game, or if they just like watching the games on live streams. It doesn't necessarily matter what the question is. What matters is you're asking them a question that's gonna provoke an answer, without it being like, what's your mum's maiden name and credit card information? It just needs to be a question that's easy to answer and gives you the opportunity to start learning more about this person. Now let's talk about group number 2. Group number 2 are the kinds of people in chat that want to tell you about everything. They want to tell you about the color of the crayon that they put up their nostrils when they were 5. That's the kind of messages that you're going to get consistently, which is fine. It's just different than group 1. So group 2 might not respond to the same questions like, how did you find us? Or do you like playing this game? Because they're moving at 100 miles an hour where everyone else is doing the speed limit. You know what I'm saying? So what you need to do is find a way to get the best information out of group 2 without boring them. They like to go on tangents, they like to tell stories. Ask them a question that they can dive into. Let's say you're playing a video game. You jump off a cliff and your character dies. You make a joke about how he's probably broken his legs. You ask group 2, have you ever broken a bone before? And I guarantee you, 7 out of 12 people in that group are gonna go bananas, okay? They're gonna give you a paragraph, they're gonna tell you a story, and they're gonna see that you are genuinely interested in learning more about them. And I 100% guarantee majority of those stories are going to be freaking hilarious. So the more of them that you can hear, the better. I think the takeaway from all of this is there's a bunch of different people that watch live streams. Some don't want to talk. Some will only talk when they find it necessary. Some will tell you literally everything that's ever happened to them in their life. But the important part is everyone's different, and seeing everybody as the same, or me making this video saying to get better engagement, you have to ask this one question to all of your viewers. That's not ever really going to be helpful because everybody's different, and that's what makes a community great. If every single person was the same, life would be so boring. So try your best to learn about each individual person that comes into your stream. I don't mean first name, last name, date of birth. That's not what I'm asking. But I want to pay attention to how they react to different things. If there's a question that I ask that may get them to talk when they generally don't, or I ask questions and they don't want to respond to those questions. It's all about paying attention to chat, seeing who's answering what questions and who's not. If you want to come and see what we do on our stream, we stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at twitch.tv/The Game Department. I will leave a link to that in the description. You should definitely come check it out. You might even enjoy yourself. If you have some questions and Discord's more your vibe, come and join the Discord server. I'll leave the link to that in the description. We talk about games, we talk about memes. Everyone ridicules me consistently, so you don't want to miss out on that. If you want to find us on any other social media like TikTok, like Twitter, like Instagram, it's the Game Department, same as YouTube. You can pretty much find us everywhere. Other than that, I'm going to leave you to it. I hope you had a good morning. I hope you have a good night. Bye.